I love conspiracy theories. I think that they are interesting, that they spark a quintessential curiosity, and they make just excellent writing prompts. But none of those things imply truth. I could say the same of any kind of research, of a vast array of histories, and even, say, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There is nothing about conspiracy theories that necessarily makes them true. Some of them might be, vast majority of them aren't, and the vast majority of them are also completely innocuous. They will not affect or harm anyone. In fact, there might even be a conspiracy theory already by some people who've watched a few of my videos and wondered why I can't seem to look at the camera for an extended period of time. Am I being controlled? Am I reading off of a script? Am I just that easily distracted? Well, partly yes, I am that easily distracted, but also I have a hard time making eye contact even with myself in a camera feedback on my screen, because it's one of the many traits I have that makes me try to seek a autistic diagnosis. I have a few other traits, and I'll go over them at another time. They go in with neurodivergence and some of my stuff about not being fully able in either physical or mental capacity. I think neurodivergence fits nicely in with that. Is that a conspiracy? Maybe to some people. Might just be offensive to others. Some people wouldn't want those two things touching at all. Just like a lot of people don't want their science touching conspiracy theories, when that's actually a very important thing about a lot of them. At the core of every conspiracy theory is storytelling. There's a search for why. People constantly look to explain why things happen the way that they do. If you look back at myths from practically anywhere, all of human history, we have been trying to explain things. And conspiracy theories are really just modern myths. If you look at it, take the story of Jack the Ripper. It has all the makings and trappings around it of a conspiracy theory that turned into a kind of folktale, a legend, a myth. And I have some experience in storytelling and some education in how stories work and evolve. Not as much as I would like, but that is part of what I like to do, is tell stories. So I would like to kind of dabble into some conspiracy theories and how to handle those who believe them. Because very often, people who believe in conspiracy theories, they've heard some parts of information, they've got some bits and pieces, but not everything, not enough to really understand it. And sometimes all it takes is laying out information in a way that lets them really grasp it, get used to it, and put it in mind in a way that makes sense. So there is a certain level of just wanting to have the world be a little bit simpler and less chaotic. And on the topic of chaos, why did I make the video I did that sounds very much like a conspiracy theory about Trump and any potential threats to him? Well, one of the key aspects of any conspiracy is credibility. And that has an awful lot to do with timing. And the reason I made that other video, when I did, how I did, with such a quick move to do so, there wasn't even any editing in that video, is because timing is super key to someone believing any information you present, either for a conspiracy or to counter one. Because if your information, your perspective, comes after something has happened, it's much more easy for someone to dismiss it as created, as being a lie, as being biased, and specifically created to destroy their conspiracy. And that almost never helps because it can feel like an attack. Anytime you're trying to dissuade someone from a belief or teach them new information that conflicts with something they already knew, it can feel like a threat. So if you have something that is backdated to before an event happens, even if it hurt your credibility at the time, it can give you credibility in the future with someone who believes something that may or may not be true. And that's why occasionally you might see videos pop up on my channel that sound a little out there, because I'm trying to have the opportunity to have credibility for if something occurs. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No. But there's a teeny, tiny chance I'm wrong. So I might make a video that's a little out there. That's okay. It doesn't hurt anyone. And if I make something that does end up being relevant in the future, all it can do is help me pull people back out of a mindset that may have been influenced by someone with worse intentions. Someone who's actually trying to manipulate them. So, there's kind of the idea as I cover conspiracy theories, and I don't just mean the things that come to mind, like, say, QAnon, that insult to all conspiracy theorists ever, but also things like, are there aliens? Cryptids. I love cryptids. Some assorted myths throughout history, like Spring-Heeled Jack. That would be an interesting thing to cover. Monstrum did some great stuff with assorted myths that I'd love to bring up, and that may even lead into just some general storytelling and the skills and tactics of storytelling. It will also probably lead into some science and history while we're at it, which, again, I love. But there will be a few videos on that sort of thing, and I might rip into QAnon specifically because it offends me. But that's because it offends me as someone who views conspiracy theories as a form of entertainment. They're something I like, or something I enjoy, and I hate that one of the most widespread ones now looks less like a normal conspiracy theory and more like someone created to see how far they could push it, how many sharks they could jump before it fell apart and it escaped the damn facility. It's just, and I have problems with QAnon. It is one of only 2 conspiracy theories that I actively hate and would like to stab into non-existence. The other being anti-vaxxers, and they're thinking that neural divergence or anything else has to do with vaccines, which I might just decide to wrap my claws around and shred at some point when they manage to piss me off just enough. But that's for the future, because my back's bothering me already and I need to go for the night. So, there will be a few conspiracy theories covered, maybe a few talked about, maybe some more videos that would hopefully give me credibility in the future for things I see potentially becoming conspiracy theories as they come up. But if you're interested in that sort of thing, they'll just be sporadically sprinkled through the channel. So, I hope you join me, and maybe you'll learn a little bit about storytelling along the way. Good night. See y'all later. Bye.